I have this scenario for you to ponder about. It's a serious question. This happened to someone. So, this person sees a bunch of beggars, a family of beggars, and then he helps them out to become the kings of the world. It's a different planet and far, far away. It's like George Lucas Star Wars type of story. Okay, so and then afterwards he realized that they're destroying his life, and his prospects, all his prospects. Is that a word? I think that's a word. Where he has family, he has children, he has someone. They destroy all of that just to see what the reaction would be. So once he finds that out, he drops everything and just abandons the place and goes somewhere else. So he doesn't find anyone. He did find someone, but he also betrays him. So he just leaves there, and he decides to go to an orphanage, and then he can travel back in time. So he wanted to go and put himself in an orphanage, but his ex decided that he would be best fit and in that betraying family's gaze. So he is put into that second family, so not the first one, the second family. And then he eventually grows up, and then he gets captured again by the first family, and then they torture him, sexualize, torture him, destroy his body, destroy his mind, destroy his vocabularies. When I mean vocabulary, he's unable to speak without stutter, because before that he was fine. And even though that's all true and done, their son, the first family's son, decided to kill him 806 quintillion times. Now, and after that, they decided to just keep hold of him as a prisoner. You know, when you can resuscitate and kill and resuscitate and kill and resuscitate and kill? Yeah. It's like a various nefarious forms in a quite complicated version. So it gets killed more times than you care to imagine. If you can count to 806 quintillion times, forget the 6 quintillion, can you count to 800 quintillion? It would take you few hundred lifetimes. Considering if your life were up to be 75 or 76 years of age from now on, if you start from the moment you got out of the womb to the day you breathe your last breath there, it would take you a lot longer than a few hundred lifetimes to count those. Anyway, so that being said, he gets killed 806 quintillion times and he still comes back to make some people's life better. But they want him to suck this guy who killed him's dick and then set him free from the sin that he's accumulated for himself. Now, he's got a problem with that. He doesn't want to suck dick. He's a straight man, but this guy is bisexual. The one that's killing him, he likes men and women, but this one, the one that's being killed, does not like men. He only prefers women. So that being said, he refuses every time that they offer him a dick in his mouth. So he has a predicament. In order for him to be free, he has to suck dick. Although that is a lie. The old man who initially seduced him with a family offering, although that is not necessary, he only wanted to belong somewhere. Same kind of people with the same powers. There was no need for a family. He already had someone, but she was a what was it? Hoe. He can make a wife out of a hoe. Something like that shit. I don't know. It's tiring. It's supposed to be picked up in 2 hours time, 1.5 hours time. So this guy it's rather complicated. It's like weaving web and webs and weird. Just try to follow along. If you're following along, that's great. You have a smarter brain than I do. So this guy, so he goes back in time and kills him so many times, and then he still says, "You will be my slave until you learn to suck dick." But it's impossible for him to suck dick, even if he wanted to, because they put some sort of processing unit in the back of his head and limited his thought powers and free will. Even if he wanted to suck dick, he won't be able to suck dick. That's how it is. They made sure it's impossible for him to ever escape this clutch. Does that make sense? So basically, you have to break this glass, but both your arms are broken and they've been chopped off. Although you can use your mouth, but it must be done through the hands. That's what it is. Does it make sense? Are you following? He can suck dick, but he chooses not to suck dick because that's how it's been made. That's how he's been made to believe himself. He did suck dick. The man did suck dick when he was five, 4, 504, somewhere in there to his uncle. Yeah, asking for a friend. If you would you suck dick for power? No, I wouldn't. But imagine being given all these things. A real man makes his own throne.